cocktails have definitely become more and more popular over the years. What I think people are really gravitating towards is this whole idea of wanting to have more drinks, wanting to try different flavors and not have, all these strong drinks kind of knock them out. And I think it's nice. It's just kind of like wine, like people have glasses of wine, they sip on wine, they have 3 or 4 glasses over, 2-3 hours. And I think it's nice to have options like that. Also, it feels good, So I want to show you a cocktail that I love. That's a really just simple variation of a mint julep. So a mint julep is obviously with bourbon and mint. But this is a julep that I'm going to make with soju. And I'm actually using this soju called Nankai, which is distilled and made from the most southern island of Japan called Amami. And most soju is made from rice and barley and sweet potatoes and things like that. This is actually made from the black sugar that grows there in the island. And it's also made with rice as well. But what's great about that is you actually get these natural, beautiful umami flavors from it. So even though I'm doing an infusion here, I want you to know if you can't have an infusion or you need something fast, you can go grab any bottle of soju will work. This is still delicious on its own. I want to make that clear. So what I've done though is I've taken the soju and I've infused it with fresh mint and vanilla beans. So I do have an infusion video on 1 bottle infusions where you can take a vanilla bean, split it down the middle and just kind of shove it into the bottle and you've got this, or just let it drop into the bottle, you've got this infusion. You'll do the same thing here where you'll cut the vanilla bean, put it in a jar, and then just put a bunch of mint leaves. Mint is probably one of the easiest things you'll be able to find in the supermarket. Vanilla you might have to order online. There's all different kinds of grades, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. So another wonderful thing about this is you don't have to muddle it, okay? It's a drink that already has all this flavor in. Because it is a lower percentage, of 24%, we're going to actually do 3 ounces of this. So we'll put 3 ounces of the soju. And you don't have to go as, because you're getting that kind of natural sweet flavoring from the vanilla bean, let's just go a 1/2 ounce of agave and a 1/2 ounce of lime. So normally I like to do 3/4 on those, but let's do a 1/2. I think that's plenty. And then we'll do a 1/2 ounce of an agave syrup. That's a 1-to-1 ratio of agave nectar to water. I also have a video on how to really make a simple agave nectar or syrup. And then, so you have the soju, you're making this cocktail, you've elevated it by adding these ingredients. Now you can elevate it with the presentation. So I'm obsessed with this nugget ice. It's this little pebble ice. I'm going to get that, and then we're going to make some beautiful garnishes, and it's kind of layers with it. So I'm going to use this nugget ice. This is something that you can buy, but there also are, listen, if you can, there are some machines that are not too expensive that GE makes and things like that. But what I can't stress enough is just how unusual this ice is, how versatile. So it's little nugget ice, and it's not like shaved ice. Shaved ice will just melt right away. But this really lasts in the drink, so it's wonderful. And what I like to do is you go a little bit over to create a little bit of a mound. So we've created that. And remember, the ice becomes really part of the cocktail because as that ice sits in there and you're drinking the cocktail, at the end of it, you're going to eat that ice because it has all those wonderful flavors that have gotten trapped in it. And then we'll get some regular ice for this to shake. There you go. And it's perfect because you still see a mound of ice that's a little bit above there, right? So what I like to do with this is I'm going to add some cinnamon from Vietnam. That's one of my favorite types of cinnamon. It's really good. Love the flavor of it. And I like to sprinkle that on top. So what's great about that is that's going to add an amazing aroma, but what it's also going to do is as that ice melts, it's going to kind of go deep in through that. Love to put a zest on top. You can really zest anything, lemon, limes, whatever. I'm using a Marrakesh lime now. It's a lime that has a little bit more of an aromatic, perfumey scent to it. And that just, again, it's just another way of making this kind of explode with the smell. And I love, again, those pieces that get through there, and they're really great. And then, just to make it a little bit colorful, just take any kind of color flower you can get. Marigolds are huge. They come in usually yellow and orange. And you just pull those petals off and sprinkle them on top. So when I think about cocktails, there's always those 3 steps. You see it, you smell it, and then you taste it. And I really feel that each one of those stages, it should be improving, or almost like drawing you closer. So when I see this, it's beautiful, it's simple. I'll bring it up to my nose, and you're just getting a blast of the cinnamon. You've got cinnamon, that aromatic lime is really fantastic. So I've already decided I'm going to love it before I've even tried it. That's kind of what goes on with scents like that. Let's take a sip. The mint and the vanilla are absolutely perfect with this. And like I said, this is a great drink on its own. But when you add these other layers, now you've got the sense and smell. It's just like, to me, mint and vanilla is just really, it's just a beautiful drink. It's refreshing. It's something you definitely could have outside in the summer. And what I love also is you can see we've used all that ice and none of it is really melting. You just see all these beautiful kind of clumps sticking together. So this is the Soju Julep. Again, you can substitute it with anything. Soju just happens to be a lower alcohol, and this is a wonderful soju if you happen to find it. But cheers and enjoy. But again, always do what you have, what you can, and what you're inspired to do. Have a good one. That vanilla is perfect.